Welcome everybody. Today we have the 6-foot Gemmy Leprechaun inflatable. This is a classic Gemmy design and you can find it on Yard Inflatables for $55. I got mine in 2013 and I can't remember what I paid for it. This design has been around since 2002 and has been remade and remade every year. My version has the base fan, but I know the one you buy now has a cheap fan, sadly. Yard Inflatables does not give us much box art to work with here, as we only have the little PNG image of him with the Gemmy logo in the bottom. Almost like Walmart does with their online onlys. But without further ado, let's inflate this thing. Alright, and here he is. Thanks to having an older base fan, he inflates pretty quickly. But with the cheap fan version, he's probably going to take, if I had to guess, 30 to 45 seconds to fully inflate. Because they've been, for a 6-foot inflatable that is this size, I mean, he's skinnier than a usual inflatable. But for this size, I really wish they still kept the base fan design. Because even with this, I mean, it could be that mine's old and he's thinning, because he's been used every year for 11 years now. But he does not inflate that tightly, even with the base fan. I mean, this clover can be like shoved into him. It's so bad inflated. But like I said, that could be because of mine, but I'm sure this is how the cheap fan's going to look. The base fan has lasted me 11 years, but don't count me on that, because I'm sure with Gemmy's new quality that this one's not going to last as long. The colors are pretty straightforward. Leprechaun. I mean, his green is, I like how it's different. There's a difference, like it doesn't just look like he's wearing a full green onesie. There's a difference in the shirt color and then the pants color. And then, of course, as I like the hat. I like hats on inflatables. The beard, I wish I could cut it down a little bit farther, more like this, because it kind of covers his mouth, especially if you're standing at a distance, which most people will be when they see him. They're not going to be able to see his mouth that well. But he has a pretty straightforward design, and I think that's going to be most of it for my review. He has one zipper, 2 tether attachments, 5 lights, and hanging lights too, but I don't know if they kept that. It could just be 1 or 2 lights, knowing how Gemmy likes to cheap out now. That could be the new LED lights that are just on the back of him. But other than that, I think that's going to conclude my review on the 6-foot Gemmy Classic Inflatable Leprechaun. Now it's time for the nighttime view. And here he is at night. Now, the first thing I notice when I look at him, and you guys probably noticed too, is the one crucial spot he's missing light is in his clover. It's the only thing on him that indicates that Happy St. Patrick's Day, and it doesn't have a light. Like, it's impossible to see the Happy St. Patrick's Day. That's one big complaint I have about him, but other than that, he's pretty greatly lit up. The fabric, the bow, everything. I think that's going to conclude my video on the 6-foot Gemmy Inflatable Leprechaun. I hope you guys had a good St. Patrick's Day. Peace.